Hi, I'm Chris Santacroce, Superfly in Sandy, Utah, U.S. distributors for Advanced, Gin, and Nova. I'm here to talk about paraglider fabric, lightweight versus heavyweight. A little history. First, a disclaimer. Paraglider materials in general, over the decades, taking a 20-30 year view on it, are subject to variability from production run to production run. This hasn't presented itself in the last 10 years, but before it did. And so when a batch of fabric comes out, you never know how it's going to wear exactly. And the same is true for harness materials, etc. That's why inspection and things like repack are so important. We fly in the American West. No other environment as nearly as harsh on equipment as our environment. If something's going to fail, we will usually find out about it here. Don't forget. Now, on to lightweight material. It's been a number of years that we've had lightweight gliders, and so we've been able to put a bit of a study on their overall durability, usability, wear, etc. One of our favorite friends took some and used some lightweight gliders at least 10 years ago in a very sandy environment, and used them with paramotors, and did so on an ongoing basis for a number of years. And that's when they caught our attention. We realized that the lightweight material could last, and we started using the gliders. We were pleasantly surprised to find out that the gliders were very easy to handle. And that starts with the overall ease of use, portability, packability, the look on your face when you pick it up the first time and throw it over your shoulder. If you've ever carried a lightweight glider around, it just makes you smile. When you go about the business of traveling, and in the old days we were always fighting to get our kit under 50 pounds. Above 50 you had to pay or split up your gear. Now the kits are a lot lighter. There was a time where having a lightweight glider would be just enough to make you come in at 48 pounds, and you'd have room for your helmet and your boots and all that sort of stuff. So that's the general history. That's been our experience so far. The biggest thing that we've noticed over the years is that when we put the lightweight gliders in the hands of the students, in the hands of the new pilots, they just have more fun. So this starts when they're carrying it up the training hill. It happens that they bring it up above head for the first time, and they just smile and they find that it was an easy inflation, that it was effortless. When we started having gliders that would come above head with no A-risers, the lightweight gliders were the first. They exhibited the best characteristics in terms of inflation. And it's been a number of years now, and we've used them in the training environment, and we've grown quite comfortable with them. We really can't say enough good things about the lightweight equipment. It makes for better inflations. Many will say that the gliders turn better. In some cases, people will argue a slightly better performance in general. Climb rate, sink rate, speed. These are the things people say. I can speak to using them on a day-to-day basis with people who've never flown before and new pilots. I can speak to the idea of demoing out regular weight versus lightweight, and I can say wholeheartedly that there are just more smiles per mile with the lightweight equipment than with the heavyweight equipment. So what about the overall durability? What about the 2 or 3 year test, the 300-hour test, and what about the money? These are the big questions at this point. So first of all, let's talk about the durability. Most paragliders, lightweight or regular weight, will make it to something like 300 hours or 300 flights without any problem. And a normal weight glider might even be flyable, usable, sellable beyond that. In some cases, you'll have a lightweight glider that'll make it to 300 flights or 300 hours and will still pass the tear strength test, porosity test. It will still behave well on inflation, and still a viable and even sellable glider, but it's not a viable and sellable glider for the next couple of years. The The writing's on the wall. After that point, the glider is starting to be on its way out, and there's nothing you can do about it. A full weight glider might just make it to 300 and might go 350 and might just be sellable, viable, good for another year or two. And that means a few more dollars in your pocket when you sell it. More common to take a lightweight glider at the end of a couple of years and just use it for kiting or just use it as a beach wing. It's just the nature of the game that the lightweight fabric can't quite last as long. So how does that break down for you in terms of money? Well, you have to think of it as a $500 or $800 difference by the time it's all said and done. And that might be in addition to the additional cost of a lightweight glider, which usually will come in $200 or $300 more than an equivalent normal weight glider. So my suggestion would be get your hands on one. If you've never carried one around, if you've never had the pleasure to do a hike and fly with one, do it, try it, and you will know if it's for you in that moment. Personally, I don't get to exercise enough, so I don't mind if my kit is heavy. But if I had to hike every single day, and I know this to be the case for people who are in this situation, Seattle, etc., when the kit comes in at a pound lighter, 2 pounds lighter, 3 pounds lighter, it's a game changer. It changes the nature of the hike and of the overall experience. And that's a plus. And it may be the reason why we have so many more people in the sport. Most people who come along these days will tell you that they're interested in some hiking and flying, even if they've never flown before. And when they ask the questions about equipment, they're asking about the lightweight gear. So do your own due diligence and know that in most ways the lightweight equipment will be superior. I will caution you that if you do ever tear a glider, whether it catches on something or you have a tree landing or any sort of event like that, the lightweight gliders are subject to slightly bigger tears, slightly bigger repair bills, and the regular weight glider might be advantageous if you fly in a place that's dirty, rocky, dusty in particular. If you fly a lot, if you fly all your gliders like on a daily basis and you wear out gliders continually, maybe a lightweight glider isn't for you.